Hey people, Indra here. Team Free for All Faction Rumble. This is Ashes of Typhon, and the blue team, we've got some Imperial Guard. Moon is a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support. Fighting in melee begins with a refractor shield. Can also shoot his own fellas in the head. Alongside Red Crown is a Lord General, fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue of stormtroopers. Really strong defense and support can also add to the retinue. Armageddon Steel Legion elite scheme here. What about Moon? What is Moon using? Some kind of Cadian thing. It might be one of the new ones. Purple team, some Tyranids. We have Shampanion with a Hive Tyrant. A very durable hero. Walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense, disruption and support. Begins in melee with a basic synapse. I shall call you Hugo. Alongside here, Crazy Chairman 96 as a Ravana Alpha. A tunneling hero with great mobility, powerful offense and a bit of support. Begins with a ranged weapon being shot at here by some Chaos Space Marines. This is cyanIde as a Plague Champion. Starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. Ravana Alpha, I think, is going to be forced to retreat. There he goes. And rather than off the teams is War as a Chaos Sorcerer. Offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Alpha Legion elite scheme. Let's get a sense of the map then. Looks like War is bordering Moon and their Imperial Guard. Back up the west side a bit, we see Red Crown bordering Shampanion and their Tyranids. Over towards the northeast, it's Crazy Chairman bordering cyanIde, as we saw a little skirmish earlier. Got some heretics capping. Lord Commissar throws up the shield, gets stuck into some CSM trying to get a model off him. And does. That guy slid along the ground, apparently. Chaos Space Marines, are you trying to cap fellas? What are you doing? No, they're just kind of standing around. Sorcerer gets a few hits in, now being shot up though by a sentinel, and here's some guardsmen with their las guns. He's trying to doom bolt them. There it is. They retreated just in time. That would have been insanely nasty if he didn't, I think. Triple cap very early for the Imperial Guard. Some gens going down as well. Meanwhile, Hormagaunt's trying to grab one of those blue Imperial Guard VPs right now. Gens going up. So each team has one natural power farm, and it's kind of on the edge of their territory. You see them quite close to each other here, so it might be difficult to hold them. And here's a contested power here. I doubt you see gens on those, but you never know. Here's Hugo going after the Lord General. Shotgun catechins in his face though. Might have been worth charging those guys into melee to finish him off, the Hive Tyrant. Catechins can be massively dangerous to low-level heroes if you can get into melee with them. They got those power melee catechin knives. VP lead very early on for the guard then. They're down to a single cap. Back towards the south. The Chaos fellas take a VP. CSM are very close to dropping a model here. Just kind of standing out in the open. I'm not sure if these generators provide cover. I don't think they do. They can steal this power now, or they could try to bash the generator and disable this VP. But these are kind of contested ones here between the two players. The central victory point does not have a generator on it. You can't disable it. Noise Marines doing their thing. Double terminus, not much they can do to Noise Marines. I guess they could just try to crowd them out in melee. They're going to destroy the tunnel? Apparently not. They want those gens. They would make such short work of the tunnel. I think it would have been worth doing. Here come Hormagaunts now. That's why you take that tunnel out. Having to use their cacophony. And a domino knockback actually destroyed the tunnel, which is interesting. Do they have any support? They got some CSM. But the CSM aren't coming from melee. He's trying to keep those Noise Marines in play to bash the power, but they're very low now. Ravana Alpha shooting at them, Termagant shooting at them, and they have to retreat. Didn't drop a model though. Was well judged in the end by cyanIde. What am I hearing? I'm hearing this, I think. The guard fighting Tyranids. Bioplasma in here for Shampanion. Extended carapace as well. There's the old reliable grenade launcher from very short range by the Catachans. Going after Termagants. They get their heal from the medical sergeant who gave them a medical pack. Lord General lost all of his retinue though to the Raveners. Showing up is a Lord Commissar. Does not throw his shield up though and goes down. That was strange. It's like they thought they put it on and then ran in, but it wasn't up. Sentinel's still around. Did Red Crown have a Sentinel? I don't think they did. How did these trees survive the Exterminators upright? Which is what I want to know. What are these trees made out of? So the Tyranids win the engagement, I guess, kind of. Trying to cap and decap some things back towards the south. Where it's the Sorcerer versus the Lord Commissar. We have some spotters up. And double heavy weapon squads for Moon. They went for a very heavy tier 1 here. War already going to tier 2. Almost there. cyanIde already in tier 2. Lost their heretics. Not too bothered, just getting some bloodletters. I assume they're going to get some heretics afterwards, though to worship the bloodletters. Crazy Chairman with double Raveners. Shampanion goes tier 2. Crazy Chairman getting those second Raveners up in tier 2. Maybe followed by Venom Brood. And those ranged Synapse upgrades. Noise Marine, did you get to the power? I don't think so. Sneaky Raveners here with enhanced muscle coil. Bloodletters in on the Termagants, making short work of them with those power melee Hellblades. Termagants get away though. Meanwhile, trying to bash the power of the Sentinel with its multi-laser, not very quick, but it is covered by a heavy weapon squad. Where's the other one though? The other one is trying to join them from the other side, maybe? Lots of suppression. Sentinel's very low, and Doombolts finishes it off. Need to target the Sorcerer here. There we go. Look at the damage he takes at close range. Trying to make it in there. Does make it in there. Nicely judged by War. Can he get away, though? Cannot get away. Should have retreated after that special attack, I think, and then brought the Heretics in. But they should win the fight. Yep, they win the fight. Can maybe get the VP back. Perhaps even steal that bunker. Back towards the northwest-ish type area. These guys are shooting Hormagaunts who are idle. Catachan's here to back them up. He's got his retinue back, has the Lord General there. Medical Sergeant on the right who can hand out medical packs. I hear lots of Tyranids dying. We got a Tyrant Guard up. There he is. Perhaps called in by a Shampanion from the Global Bar. Looks like he was actually, judging by their red and stuff. Sarge is up on the Catachans with the melter gun, I should say. Going straight after them is the Tyrant Guard. And he'll cleave through them so quickly. He's got splash damage, this guy. Melter gun's up on the Lord General now. And his Stormtrooper retinue buddies also get them. Plasma gun guardsmen as well. All of a sudden, the Tyrant Guard's in trouble. The super heavy infantry armor being melted by the plasma guns, and the melters has to charge away. VP lead for the Chaos team. They seem to do well in these team free-for-alls, Chaos. By their nature, they're good in chaotic and just mayhem fights. Tyrant Guard goes into shield wall, but the melter guns might be enough to finish it. It is. Was a mistake to send it back in there, Shampanion. Double Hormagaunts and Raveners now going to have a go. Shotgun blast and tons of damage on those Hormagaunts. Then you have, yeah, he has extended carapace, but didn't use it to charge in and set up the fight. You know, you knock stuff over, it's much easier to get your Hormagaunts in there. Bioplasma, oh. Started to do the Bioplasma animation and it cancelled. Okay, he's having to run away. What is this? It's bloodletters on the VP. Surprised they know or care about what a victory point is, but there you go. Chaos Dreadnought up for war. cyanIde did not get heretics up to support the bloodletters unless they've died already. I think it just went tier 3. Zone Trope on the way for Shampanion. Where's that Dreadnought? It's getting messed up here by a las cannon. 2 las cannons, in fact. Sorcerer cannot. Yeah, Sorcerer can't tie them both up. It looked like he was trying to use warp there, which wouldn't have been super useful. Maybe he could have warped the Dreadnought in and for some melee or something. Maybe that was his plan. Did it a bit too late. I think it might have worked if he did it earlier. Plague Champion going to town now. Has the Plague Fist. No other war gear though. Would love to see him with the Icon of Nurgle here. Got some Mark of Khorne CSM that get their aspiring champion on the way. They're going to bash this gen or cap the VP. So it looks like the Plague Champion watched the victory points. Termagants have been forgotten about. I wonder if they were just chucked away for population there by a crazy chairman. Looks like they wanted to bash this power supply, but it's held on. Leman Russ up all of a sudden for Red Crown. Goes for Executioner. Called in off the global bar, I assume, in Tier 3. Speaking of Tier 3s, we've got a bunch of them. cyanIde, Crazy Chairman, War, also all in Tier 3. Ogren's on the way for Moon. Still has both of those las cannons. Yep, they do. And that might be very useful if there's a bunch of Tyranid monstrous creatures stomping around later. What's capping in there? This Mark of Khorne CSM. They're not capping, they're destroying the power supply. Zone Threat getting shots in meanwhile. And they flee. Need a bit of a pincer attack on the Tyranids here. Got sneaky triple Raveners here. With the enhanced muscle coil. More melee, more health, and more speed. Also allows them to burrow like this. Not sure what their intended target is though. They can't do a huge amount to the Leman Russ. Venom Brood are forced to retreat. And we see the Ravener Alpha in melee too. Acid Splatter, Hardened Carapace, and Toxic Miasma. Got a full burrowing strike force here for Crazy Chairman. Going after the Bloodletters. Oh, Bloodletters really want that power supply down, eh? Zone Throat backs the hell off. More Burrow striking for the stun. Bloodletters, I think they can teleport out from there. Yeah, they got the energy for it, but they just retreat. And they're okay. Power supply is almost down. Who's this? It's the Plague Champion. Blew up that power supply, I think. VP lead, quite a sizable VP lead for Chaos. Up over 1,000, they're more than halfway there already. And yeah, they just seem to do well in these free-for-all matches, these team ones. Ogryns are up. Heavy melee squad with super heavy infantry armor. Can be a great frontline unit for your Imperial Guard army to send the Ogryns in to disrupt things, soak up some damage, and then all of your plasma guns and stuff can shoot from the back lines. Mark of Khorne fellas coming in. Ogren's a bit low to stay in this fight, so they get out. Are they being Aura of Discipline? No. Stubbornness is up for the Lord Commissar here. Double cap for Chaos, singles for the others. These guys have repaired the gen, but the Leman Russ gets in the way. They're not capping anymore. What is this? It's Crazy Chairman doing Crazy Chairman things. With the Ravener Alpha and some Raveners. Where are the other Raveners? Do they have to heal up? These guys are capping. These guys still on the prowl. They found some Noise Marines. There's the strike. Can they finish them off? Toxic Miasma's popped. They get away. And Terminators arrive all of a sudden, which forces them to retreat. The guard trying to cap the mid. It was chaotic for a while. Triple cap up here, Chaos. Some Cadian Kashyyykin on the field for Red Crown. Swarmlord on the way for Crazy Chairman. To buff the speed of his Ravener strike force, I guess. They're trying to shoot down this generator. Or power supply, let's call them. Think they're going to get it down. Lightning Claws on the way for those Chaos Terminators. They can slice through those Ogryns really well. More Chaos Terminators here for cyanIde. They are getting auto-cannoned. Shampanion with some Venom Brood. Don't have their Synapse, so they might be looking to put Death Spitters on these guys. 548 to 847 to 1161 on the VPs. 857 I think that was. Still a single cap for Chaos. Makes a big difference if you can consistently look after one of your natural victory points in Team Free For All. Always accruing that VP counter. Now they're back up to a double cap. Looks like they're trying to repair this one too. There's a booby-trapped bunker there. Ogren's full health. Spotters could disrupt here, but there's Lightning Claw, Chaos Terminators, and Ogren's can't fight these guys, but they're going straight after the CSM. I see a heal on those Ogren's. What is that? Is that from the bunker? More Ogren's on the way for Moon. They have Stubbornness, Power Sword, and Carapace Armor. Ogren's get away without losing a model. Noise Marine's getting all sorts of trouble when they go down. The Terminators of War still in there. See that demoralization on kill that they're doing. Grabbing the VP. Las Cannon's threatening them. Meanwhile, up to the northeast, Swarmlord chases off the tank. Leman Russ is still around though. Carnifex on the way for Shampanion, but Hugo the Hive Tyrant has fallen over. Ravenous Alpha's going to come and revive him. Get a chunk of XP for it, and we have Synapse Aura for damaging. They've replaced that Toxin Miasma. Red Crown with a Leman Russ of their own, most likely with Vanquisher Cannon, I would think, on the second one to take out these large targets. Ormagaunt lost. Who's saying that? Oh, these guys are dying. Lictor on the way for Crazy Chairman. Terminators are daring anyone to come and take this victory point off them. We'll see if Moon can get it done. They have double Ogren's. Could turn one of them into Bullgrins in tier 3 maybe. Chaos have the mid as well, and there's some flanking action going on from cyanIde. Maybe. Chaos Space Marines with the aspiring champion. They don't have Eternal War though, these guys. Terminators teleporting in. Without an Inquisitor, it's tough. It's tough to control these Terminators, aside from just getting a mass of plasma and stuff. I mean, they're doing huge amounts of damage to those Terminators. Had to be warped out by war. Wow. That was pretty awesome. Meanwhile, the Chaos Space Marines are persuaded to leave. Looks like they now have... Yeah, they now have Eternal War, I think. Or is it one squad that still doesn't? Yeah, one squad still doesn't. Carnifex in the mid with Strangled Thorn Cannon. The victory point of the guard. Hive Tyrant is scared off it. Meanwhile, some cacophony. Doesn't knock over the Swarmlord, of course. He was just cleaving through stuff. Where's that Lictor? Looks like it's taken a bunch of damage. It's retreated off. It's going for a VP, I imagine, as the fast capping trait. Speaking of capping, you guys gonna grab this or... Maybe? All the Ravenous burrow. Looks like Champanion's gonna go for the VP. There it is. Chaos Terminators. Waiting for that power supply to be repaired. This power supply is still down. Massive VP lead for the Chaos fellas, but they have no caps right now. And they are caught between the guard and the Tyranids. These Terminators that get stunned by the strike. The burrow strike of those Ravenous. You can't retreat out of those stuns. And I guess they've used their teleport because they're not using it now. Here comes some support. And a rocket run. That is a nasty rocket run. Nicely done. The Terminators survived it though. The Terminators survived it. Oh, just over 100 hit points. They're trying to chase them with the Venom Brood, but they didn't do it. Swarmlord maybe could have just gone into base and finished them off there. Great Unclean One is up here for war. More Ravenous on the way for Crazy Chairman. 658. 1079 and 1474 VPs for Chaos. But can they get a cap back on the board here? It is indeed a Vanquisher for the second Leman Russ. That is the Sorcerer down. Tyranids pressuring this VP. This is one of the naturals of the Chaos fellas. Great unclean one. Over 6,000 hit points of super heavy infantry armor. Note that the Swarm Lord only has 2,000, but it is vehicle armor. Are these Terminators overcommitting here? I guess they still have their teleport. Great unclean one passively damages enemies. Swarm Lord backs the hell off. Now leeching essence. Carnifex caught in melee now. Oh, some Plague Marines to help out. Maybe they could slow something down for the Great Unclean One to hit it. But they're a bit too far away from the big monstrous creatures who do get away. They just want to push them off their VP, I think. They need to repair the power supply though, and here's a push from the guard. They're being pincered quite a lot here, the Chaos fellas. I mean, it makes sense. They were in the lead. And you can see, look at the map. They've been completely pushed off the points, the Chaos fellas. Big Nurgle Vomit. Another rocket run coming in. I think that's War this time, I think. Decent hits. Sorry, I think that was Red Crown that time. Not War. I think the first one was Moon. And that one was Red Crown. It was against War's stuff. Quad Cap for the guard. They have big fat armies as well. And here comes a Baneblade for Moon. They also have some Bulgrins. Also, they lost their Ogrins though. These guys with shields. More DPS, more health than regular Ogrins. They can also use the Use Your Shield to suppress stuff around them. Stormtroopers grabbing the mid. Where are the Kasrkin? Here they are. They got plasma guns in hand. So the Tyranids might get pincered here a bit, or maybe not. It was just Plague Marines. Not sure what they were up to. Maybe trying to destroy that power supply. Oh hey, a Venom Cannon for Shampanion now. Hugo with that Bioplasma. I'm not sure if I've seen him use the Bioplasma. It's still a bit clunky to use that thing. Neurothrope. Getting some shots in. Where's that Paroxysm, buddy? Or Cataclysm. To knock them off the cap. There it is. Does indeed knock them off the cap. Maybe they were just waiting for it to almost be capped there. Tyrant formation on the east. Lots of infiltrated Raveners waiting to strike. Are these Terminators able to teleport out here? Well, they're not doing it yet. Oh, they did. They teleported. Just have to say if maybe War is paying attention to those Terminators. Here's some more Terminators in trouble. War's got double Chaos Terminators now. Looks like they're okay. Sorcerer running some interference there. Down goes that power supply. Triple cap all of a sudden for Chaos again. Back over on the west side we have a Baneblade. Tyranid is being pushed off the VP, but they did cap it. Trying to finish off that Carnifex. Can it do it? This Leman Russ is very, very low. It's getting repairs from those guardsmen. Neurothrope needs to flee. I think it's going to be alright. And they are taking their VP back. This one is still busted. This one's been wrecked. Chaos can't get it back consistently. They've got a double cap though. They have the central one. The other players seem to be forgetting about this central VP a lot. Heavy Weapon Squad are going after it now. Chaos have been more consistently on that one. Can they get their own victory point back here? Here's Use Your Shield. Doesn't really help that much against Terminators though. I think it gives them more. It gives them more damage resist when it's up, I believe. So it helps in that regard, I suppose. You just can't suppress the Terminators. Are they going to get away here? Bulgrins do not get away. Something's got a cap. There we go. Terminators are on the cap. Triple for the guard. They have the center. And they have both of these naturals. Oh, they just grabbed that. They got a quad. Kashyyykin on it with their fast capping. Baneblade extended super far north. Cheeky las cannon shot. Was that? No, that was Plague Marine shooting the Swarm Lord there. This Baneblade's in a bit of an odd spot. Showing its rear armor to Carnifexes. The quad cap holds for the guard. Can the Tyranids put a dent in their forces here and start grabbing those VPs back? Carnifex is getting low. Baneblade is surrounded and also getting very low. Is it going to get out? Was that an Emperor's Wrath I just saw? No. We do have Aura of Discipline for the Lord Commissar though. Baneblade survived. It's getting repaired. They tried to put a bunker up there, but it didn't survive. Triple cap for the guard and for Chaos. No caps for the Tyranids. What is this? Have they got this back yet? No, they're still fighting over this destroyed power supply. I think the Chaos want to repair it and hold it. They're going after it quite hard here. Yeah, that must be what they want to do. They want to try and secure the area, repair it, and cap it. Baneblade under threat from Plague Marines. It's awfully low, down to 171, but it survives. Needs a hell of a lot of repairs. They need to put a repair bunker over here in this kind of safe-ish area. Venom Brew trying to finish it. There's a Toronto formation. And it does finish the Baneblade. Double cap for Chaos, double cap for the Guard. They're trying to take this one back. They're going to need to commit a bunch of stuff to hold it though. How many Leman Russes? 4 Leman Russes on the field. This one doesn't have an upgrade. They grabbed it. Triple for Chaos. And they're getting close to victory here. Oh, Tyranids took out... Oh, that was very sneaky from cyanIde. Sent the Plague Marines all the way over here to take out that power supply. And substantiate their lead. Sneaky tier 3 Lictor could maybe jump over these crater edges and get onto a victory point. Looks like it's going for the mid. Big Champion trying to cap now. Got some bright grenades late game. Don't expect to see them out in tier 3. Just tanked the Ravener melee there. And grabs it. Double cap now for Chaos. They lost this one again. But they have that natural light grenade throw. Raveners are kind of shrugging it off now. There's Hugo on the cap. Lictor is not capping. And no cap now for Chaos, but look how close to victory they are. Big push for Tyranids. They have a double cap, but they're very far away from victory. They can sense the Chaos though, so they're both going after him, which makes sense. Nobody has the mid. Who's going for it? Lord General maybe? Are they just going to camp this victory point so Chaos can't take it? The whole bunch of Tyranids, that's for sure. It's a hell of a lot of them. This guy's failing to decap over here. Tyranids taking the mid. They want to shut out the Chaos fellas, but they can't let Imperial Guard just take it instead. Imperial Guard are getting very close. Triple cap, almost 1900 VPs. So many Leman Russes. Stranglethorn with a good shot on those guardsmen there. Another one coming in. Oh, that hit terrain, I think. Not sure if that hit them. Blue will win, says cyanIde. Down go those Raveners. Tyranids took the mid. They have a triple cap. but so do the Guard, and they are 900 ahead on VPs. Down goes the Leman Russ. Chaos Fellows just desperately... Oh, they got their VP back. They got it back. But for how long? Look how close those VPs are. The Guard have a triple, though. They're going to overtake them. There's the overtake. And here come the Guard to just blow up this power supply. Down it goes. Looks like the Guard are indeed going to win. So hard for the Tyranids to kind of balance that. Both of their opponents are just too high to keep a lid on. Why is it 3v2 says war? Well, because you were ahead. Just the way it goes. The Guard take it. Chaos were very close, but they just got shut out at the end. Let's look at these heroes. Level 7 Lord Commissar for Moon. Level 6 Lord General. Those Leman Russes did so well. Level 4 on this one, level 1, level 1. Oh, these are kind of new Leman Russes over here. Hugo the Hive Tyrant, level 3. With that Venom Cannon. Ravener Alpha, level 5. I love this build from Crazy Chairman. All these sneaky Raveners buffed by the Swarm Lord. But they just couldn't deal with vehicles super well. They have basically no anti-vehicle other than the Swarm Lord and Lictor melee. Plague Champion was level 3. And we had a level 4... Chaos Sorcerer. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in a crazy faction rumble for us. Crazy Chairman putting these lobbies together, doing a great job. I will see you guys next time.